Hey 4C Divers, welcome to Facebook Live. It is May 11th, 2021, and we are coming to you live at the Facebook 4C page, Boca Raton. So make sure to do me a favor and tell me where you're listening in from. Are you here in Florida? Are you outside of Florida? Are you in another country? Write in that comment section, tell us hello, and tell us where you're listening in from. Also, if you're enjoying tonight's presentation, we would love for a thumbs up, a heart emoji, or a smiley face to let us know that you're enjoying. And if you have any questions, you can type them in the comment section, and we will try and answer them towards the end of the presentation. All right, let's check in. It is our spearfishing month at 4C. So we have come up with some great Facebook Live topics for you guys. If you're already a spearfishing guy, you can always learn more, or girl. And also, if you're just getting into it, you can also learn from some of these pros. And we have a great presentation tonight, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. But first, go over to our website, www.force-e.com. If you haven't registered for the event, you're going to want to, because we've got a great variety of Koah items to raffle off later. So you have until 6:45 to get into that Eventbrite, register, and then I pull the names and put them in a random name picker, and later on, we are going to raffle off really cool Koah items. All right, hey guys, everyone's waving, saying hello to you guys. All right, you didn't come here to see me, you wanted to check out the guys behind me. There's Billy and John. Take it away, guys.
All right, everybody, Billy Black, 4C, how you doing? We're here today with the famous, actually I can almost say internationally famous, John Ippolito from Koah Spearns. So we're kind of doing the casual, having the beer, talking about guns. We're going to hit on a couple of really the guns that we might use in this area primarily. Touch on a couple other things that he has. Kind of go from start to finish on the guns. John, let's start with the basic fish. Most people going around are probably going to be looking at snapper, grouper, that type of basic, close-in reef fish, not too large, but like a decent-sized fish. In terms of size and style gun, what is your recommendation that Koah would have?
We get that question a lot. Every week I get people calling me and they want to know, what do I need for local Lauderdale, Miami, Palm Beach, in this area, spearfishing, scuba, free diving? I always ask them the same question. How tall are you? Because it really comes down to your reach. You could get, I always tell people basically between 5'5" and 5'9", you're going to want something in 45, max 48, if you're really strong, 52-inch range. And it has, some guys, they want to go after the 57-inch gun, they want a bigger gun. The problem is you're going to be sitting there just struggling to pull that thing back, and you're loading multiple times in a dive or free diving multiple times on the surface, and it's just not worth it. The best thing to do is, get the right gun for what you're doing, how comfortable you are with your reach. So if you're 6 foot, 54 and anything under, and you can pull 57 and 6 foot, it's no big deal. But in that range of, most people come in between 5'5", 5'11". I always say stay around 48, 52. You want something a little smaller, you can go with 45. But it's always, in the end, a trade-off of power versus mobility. More power, less mobility. More mobility, less power. So you always got to figure out that balance. If you're going to be doing a lot of wreck diving and you need something very mobile in very tight places, you're going to want something smaller. If you're going to be doing a lot of open reef shooting, especially on running fish, everybody that's around here knows our clear waters promote very skittish fish, and they see a lot of people because of our being at 3 to 4 miles of spearfishing from shore to 150 feet, and they get a lot of pressure. So most of your shots are 15 to 20 feet. So that's where you need your open reef guns. In the tighter spots, you want your shorter 42, 45, 48-inch guns.
Now I prefer the 54 Fatback. I love the gun. A lot of people are going towards a Euro gun. I've never been a Euro fan just for the point of loading. I like loading the Fatback style, a little bit more mid-handle style. But you lose a little bit of your tracking, or fast tracking, I guess, or fast turning. Any recommendation diving style to
Euros? They benefit free divers more than scuba divers. Scuba divers, the standards seem to work better because they are hip loadable. Have that 8 inches of stock behind the trigger, which pushes it away from your hip, which allows you to bring it closer. It makes it easier to hip load. I get the question a lot: can I hip load a mid plus or a Euro? And is it physically possible with perfect technique? Yeah, but you're going to get to that last inch where you switch from bicep to basically tricep and shoulder, and it's that last 2 inches. It's almost impossible. You just stop. You can't do it. It's a chest loading technique. And Euros, the trade-off is you have a rear handle gun. You're able to grab an extra 9 to 10 inches of range, and you're able to hold it close, put it out, and point it like a pistol. Get it out in front of you, hold the trigger. They use a lighter shaft, fewer bands. They carry more shaft speed, less velocity. So the shaft will get to the fish quicker, but if you're shooting a 20-pound grouper and he wants to rock up, then he's going to bend and twist your shaft. The fatback uses a heavier 5/16 shaft, so it can take more abuse when you shoot grouper or anything else is going to rock up and beat the hell out of the shaft.
Here we go. Got a little to show the difference between the Euro and the fatback design.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about on the difference of the handle as far as loading.
Yeah.
You get this, you end up having to throw a flip-flop inside of your wetsuit, to put the butt on so you don't.
We make it as comfortable as we can. We make the butt as wide as we can, but
That's the nice part about yours.
Yeah. You want that pad on your either the wetsuit that has it sewn in, or you put a flip-flop down there to take the blunt of the.
That is the nice part about yours, is that you do have very durable, but a little bit more of a softer, gives you a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of a loading butt.
Yeah, it's still comfort is definitely not main priority, but we try to make them as comfortable as we can. But as you can see, the Euro has the rear handle placement, and we use a reverse neck to maximize every bit of stock on the Euro. And that's the other benefit is with a rear trigger placement, like a 90 Euro and a 48 standard fatback essentially have the same band stretch, because on the 90 Euro, which is 45 inches overall, the trigger's at the back of the gun.
So you're
gaining that extra 4 inches. So you get more power in a smaller package, but the trade-off is the handle's at the back, so when you go to swing it, you can't really get a second hand on. Whereas on fatback, you have your handle on the trigger, on the handle, or your hand on the handle, and you have your other hand at the butt of the gun, and you have some kind of pivot strength.
And that's where my turning ability using the fatback is that it becomes like a steering point.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference. The fatback, in the end, it's our utility gun. It's our go-to backbone. You take it, throw it in any boat, in any situation, and it will get you through the day, no matter what.
Now, so we're going to jump to the next level fish. Let's say we start jumping into some of the mid-water fish, or even some of the larger grouper, cubera, getting into some of the APs and copias and so forth. You're generally, how are you picking a gun at that point in time? Fatback will do everything.
The fatback is great for stuff like that, but this happens with a lot of guys that say they go to Baja, California, or they're going after some very large grouper like broomtails, or you get the guys around in our neck of the woods, cobia. Yeah, cobia is a thick skull, powerful fish. You need something that can penetrate them. To get through them, that's our mid-range guns, which would be like our big body series, which is 57, 60 inch mid-plus big body. It's essentially a large reef gun, but not quite blue water. So it's a bigger body, more power, and it can punch through bigger fish at 20 feet, or 18 to 20 feet. We have that, and we have our larger rollers, like our 55 standard, 55 mid-plus. Those are the ones. Like this is guessing 52 or 48. Like this is a standard roller. So trigger 8 inches of butt, or 8 inches of stock and butt. So this is a more hip loadable roller. But we also make this for bigger fish, not quite blue water, would be like a 55 mid plus or a 55 standard or a 120 Euro roller, which is the beast of a roller. But they're not quite blue water. Once you get into, say, tuna and true pelagics, wahoo tuna, Panama trips, your Ecuador trips, stuff like that. Now you're talking 64 mid plus blue water, talking to twin rollers, you're talking just straight power there. Absolutely useless on the reef there for open blue water.
Okay, you hear this, Bruce Jarvis? This is what I'm taking down to Panama when I come down, okay? All right, so while we got the roller out, if you just quick run down how the roller works different than the standard camera.
Beauty of a roller, this is not new technology, it's been around since the 50s and 60s. The roller essentially, it's all physics. I mean, you have the bottom of the band starts on the bottom of the column. Now, the question I get all the time is people get a nick in the gun and they're like, oh my God, water's getting in, it's going to ruin the gun. No, it's not going to ruin the gun. I could soak this thing in epoxy for a week, take it down to 2 atmospheres. Water always finds its way in, always. So the reason we use Burma teak or wild growth teak is because it has the lowest radial shrinkage of any wood out there. So it's meaning when water gets into the wood, it does not react. It doesn't shrink and flex. And we have other exotics we use in the past, and we would literally build the gun, coat it, and it would get wet. And before you know it, it would stretch and its finish would crack everywhere, and it was awful. But teak is it behaves very well, it machines well, it's predictable, it's stable. That's why we use teak. We got rid of all of our exotics. We don't do Purple Heart, anything anymore. Some people were upset, but I'm like, the longevity just isn't worth it. They are too unpredictable.
Now you can see, I mean, multiple stages that he has of the guns here. And I mean, I've come by the shop when all the machines are running. And I mean, it's a beast of a place. And everything starts with a block of wood, and it has to go stage to stage to stage to stage. And at any one point, I bet you there's 150 guns at every stage. I mean, it is quite a production to see here. And this is just the work area. You get past here, he's got a whole separate area of assembly, finishing,
everything, finish room.
I mean, it's quite an operation. Beats when starting off in the garage of the house.
I did. I started off in a garage in Koah about 14 years ago. I'm surprised my wife's still with me today. I destroyed that house. I absolutely destroyed it. I had epoxy everywhere. I used to walk in the house and there'd be epoxy on my shoes. She used to get so mad at me. I destroyed that carpet. But, in the end, it turned into something. And I met Ron, it's here.
Yep.
And we had these 4 bays. It started on these 2 bays, and then we took over these 2 bays. And I took over 2 more, and then took over 2 more. And now we have 8 bays, and we're looking for a bigger shop. It's been a process, and we just keep refining. We try to make the process more predictable and smoother every year. We're trying to increase our production, but the problem is we will not give up quality control. And that's where a lot of companies say, make it faster and hire more people, and we won't do it. I don't want to hire more people and lose quality control.
I'm 11 years from my gun now.
Yeah.
11 years, and I haven't had to bring it back for anything. Even stupidity. I haven't had to bring it back for stupidity, which is pretty good.
The keyword we always go by is overbuilt.
Which is another thing that you can bring if you have your gun. We have people that will bring their guns in. They've just absolutely destroyed their guns. And they'll come back in. He'll bring it back to you as new looking as possible. I mean, it will come back like a
we just put it back. We put it back through the processes that.
Yeah, it's not just let me just strip some coating off.
We strip it and we just throw it right back to the way it was originally built.
Now, like I said, everything from Koah, you have every type of accessory. You've got shaft holders. You've got every type of tip, apparel,
bags,
hats, gloves. I mean, you name it, you got it.
Yeah, you name it. It's the only thing we're missing is, in my opinion, carpet fins, which God willing, the next year or so, and wetsuit. But wetsuit, as you know, is a watered down market, and huge inventory.
Keep with the guns.
That's why I stay away from it. I'm in no rush to get there.
Gotcha. So, what have we not hit on? What have we not hit on with Mr. Ippolito?
When's Billy going to do a blue water trip?
Billy's working on his buddy down in Panama. So
I got some people there.
So he's we're talking to him. He's taking some people down there, and one of the guys actually did shoot Koah. They go out on Hamilton and go for tuna out there.
Yeah.
So
a a lot of action on Hannibal Bank.
Yep.
You know?
So that's tuna time. So get prepared. I'll be.
If I ever catch up, hey, I've already got a seat in Ecuador. I want to go over there and have an amazing week of footage and spearfishing and show people what the rollers can really do. And
Now, do you like people to share pictures that they shoot with Koah?
I don't keep up with the Instagram page like I wanted to. I mean, it's just this is a more than full-time job. And when I get home, I have my 2 kids, so they take up whatever time is left. And
Well, this guy's not old enough. You get him out here with
right. Come on, they have like a 5-minute attention span. But it is. It is difficult, but I would like to keep up with the Instagram more and keep up with the photos more. I do get a lot of photos, and I do appreciate all the customers that send us photos of what they shot that week.
I know whenever we're at Blue Wild, I mean, you were the hot ticket of late.
I miss Blue Wild. I hope it comes back this year. Sherry does a great job with that. I love that show because it is predominantly spearfishing. It doesn't veer too far off. We do other expos in California.
I mean, we're in the key spearfishing area.
Florida is the biggest. I mean, California's up there, but Florida is the biggest.
The amount and the variety of fish that we have just in our 3-county area is amazing. And
it is.
The amount of key people that come out of here, is quite. We had, I think there's like 5 or 6 people between the girls and the guys team this year on the U.S. spearfishing team that are all Floridians.
Yep, and they're all incredibly talented shooters.
Yep,
yes, they really are.
All right.
Accessories.
Accessories. I got keyed on.
Yep.
We have accessories. I know he's got accessories because he's got GoPro mounts.
Yep.
He has the spare shaft holders. He has light mounts.
We have a new light coming out. I just haven't finished designing the mount for it yet.
Which light?
So we have our light now, the Koah Amp 1 light and holder.
Okay.
It's pretty nice. People have seen it on the website. It's small. The beauty of that, it's small and it only weighs like an ounce. It's very light.
So that's even smaller than the old.
But
U40.
I think it's only a couple hundred lumens. It's not really bright. It lights up the hole, but it's not like 4th of July. Whereas we have a new light now. It's a 4-stage light. Like it's bright to the point that even out.
So obviously, John is a lot better at building guns than he is at making internet.
That's right.
So we've had a couple little issues. Sorry about that, guys. When we left, we were talking about some of the different accessories. The lights that are going on, that's where we're at.
In a nutshell, the light we have now is our little lamp one, which is a great light, but it is, it's not super bright. It does light up a hole, but it's so small you can put it in the center. So you need to look 2 feet ahead. It does the job. Simple 2 AAA batteries. The new one is rechargeable. I have those in stock. I just don't have the mounts finished. I'm deciding whether I'm going to CNC the mounts or I'm going to have them mold made for them. It's a 3-stage light. Stage 1 is 10 times brighter than anything I've seen. It goes up to stage 3. Stage 3 is just, the hole looks like it's on fire. Tonight here, it's completely lit up. I have those. That's coming out. We have tuna bungees now. We're going to be doing
reels.
Oh yeah, we have our 60-meter, 100-meter reel. That's beauty. All our stuff's made in-house.
Bands made in-house.
We have our own mold guy. We have, he does all of our work for us. We design everything, so start to finish. Anytime we flaw something, make it better. The battle axe right now, it's getting completely redesigned. End of this year, the Euro's getting redesigned. We're always trying to improve. If I see a window to make it better, I think
that's the nice part about it. Everything that you do is in-house.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your shafts, you name it, you guys are doing.
The apparel we have designed by people, and I tell them the idea I'm trying to get, but apparels we just haven't go to our print out here. But that's expected. We can't do a print shop inside a rig shop. But we do as much as we can in-house because we want it to tie in with the brand, which is just high-end quality.
And then the next. The only thing we didn't touch on those, I was just talking about the shafts, because you do have different types of shafts. You have either you have threaded shaft, you have your free shaft.
Yeah, so you've got 1, 2, 3, we have four sizes: 9/32, 5/16, 19/64, which is 7.5 millimeter, and 11/32. We have all those sizes in different diameter or different lengths, and the two threads we do are 6 millimeter by 1 count and 24. The 5/16 by 24. Yeah, those are the two main threads in the U.S. industry. Right overseas, they got all kinds of threads. Our shafts are 17/4 heat treated steel, and we heat treat in house. We have our own dome, and that in itself is its own business and job. We have to maintain thousands of shafts a year. It's a job, but we watch everything. So having everything made in house. The one nice thing is you do maintain your tolerance. You watch the shafts. If there's an issue with a shaft, I can take care of it and learn from any issue that anybody has with a product. Whether it's shaft, trigger, anything, you learn from that issue. Gotcha. So, all right.
So I want to know about taking a starter gun. Which one would you recommend?
Starter gun? Starter gun. Starter gun, I'm always going to lean towards a standard fat bag for the reasons of hip loading. Whether you're scuba or free dive, most people start out hip loading. To learn how to chest load from nothing, it does take some time because there's more mechanisms involved. Especially if the gun is longer than you, you have to push the handle forward and then bring it to your chest. The standard fat bag is always great because it's literally load, point, and shoot. There's really not much thinking involved. Anytime anybody gets a new gun, I always suggest to them, if they're just getting into the sport, spend some ocean time or pool time. First, make sure the pool's long enough. People do that. Yeah, where they bang the hell out of the outside of their pool and destroy the plastic coating. But I mean, it's really not that difficult. You just go out, get a couple milk jugs, 2-liter bottles, and a 3-pound weight. Set them up out there, and at least you can get the muscle memory of loading and shooting. It's invaluable how much that helps you. I mean, there's no words to say how much that helps you with everything and teaches you how to do repetitively over and over again.
Especially when you begin, there's a lot of buck fever.
There is, yeah. And there's a lot, and I do get the customers that are just getting into the sport and they want real miss. I'm like, slow down. I'm like, just learn the gun first. And it's my job it's not my job, but I mean, most retail people want upsell. I'm like, I want you to have the right product. I want you to learn the right product. Because to go out with all the bells and whistles on something, that's like buying the highest end car you can get with every bell and whistle, not even knowing how to drive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to learn, and you're going to do a water at 60 feet and shooting. It's so much better just to spend a day or two just sitting in 10 feet of water, just shooting, reload, shoot, reload, shoot, reload. Makes life so much easier. But it's a starter gun, like we talked about earlier, if you're depending on your height and reach, I'd always say, 45 to 38 standard fat bag. The 48 is right up the middle. The 48 is always right up the middle because it's useful for everybody. It's powerful enough to take down most fish in South Florida. Has decent range to it. It's mobile. It's the balance between them all. You start going bigger than 48, you're going more towards the power over mobility. Go less than 48, you're going more towards mobility, less power. So it's always that trade-off. I tell that to everybody. The trade-off is always power and mobility. Which one you want? How tall are you and what's comfortable for your reach?
They want to know if you can free shaft and switch over to a line shaft.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yes, there's two ways to do that. Our main gun that specializes in that is the battle axe. Yeah. Battle axe was specifically designed to be like the Swiss Army knife of the ocean. I mean, it has a bunch of little features on it, but the main thing is the line system's on the bottom, so you have a shaft holder on the left and right, which is integrated into the gun butt. And battle axe allows you to free shaft by taking the line system, sliding over the top, and the shark fin on the back of the shaft is this. The shark fin catches the slide ring on the way out, and now you're utilizing the line system. Now, the battle axe is predominantly a free shafting gun, so if you are free shafting or plan on free shafting, 80 to 90% of the time the battle axe is a great gun. But if you want to use a reel or you want to use the gun as a line gun, go with a fatback and just ask for the quick slide line modification. That quick slide line modification allows you, it's the same line system as the battle axe, but it's on the side of the gun because it's a fatback, it's not on the bottom, so you're only allowed one spare shaft holder with the fatback quick slide line mount. That's the only difference between that and the battle axe is it's fatback body, so it's a little wider, but it allows for one spare shaft instead of two. The battle axe allows for two, the fatback allows for two. But the quick slide line system is the line system that allows you to.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. John, thank you as always.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate all you guys. Now, we got some giveaways, and John very, very generous with the giveaways. We got large Koah bag. I guess if there was a small body, you could probably put it in
You
here.
could put a small body.
Yeah. So we got a large Koah bag. We have hats, shirts,
So we're doing the shirt, the bag, and the buff.
shirt, bag, and buff.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm back in. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our screen here. Oop, let me go the other direction. This is our random name picker. I pulled everybody's information. There you guys are. Let's see who the winner is. Here we go. And the winner is Mike. We're doing it again. Mike, sorry. Has to be a customer.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Winner is Michael Christenbury. If you're online, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you're excited. You are getting the Koah spearfishing bag with the t-shirt and the neck buff. All right. What is the other?
All right.
We've got.
We have obviously an awesome hat because I'm wearing one. A shirt, a knife, and a buff. All right.
All right, and that.
And a white.
All right, and that winner is. Here we go. Robert Levrock. If I said your name right, I'm sorry. Robert, give us a thumbs up. You are a winner. All right. Okay. So I'm going to get back in here. There I am. All right, guys. So like I said, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, John, for a great presentation. We are here live in the Koah workshop, and you can see all of the wood behind him. And he needs to get back to work, so we're going to let him go.
Talk later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.